Welcome to video 2. To get started, what is the mission of myself and YVR 1.0? Well, it's to build a team to include all stakeholders that can benefit from a successful adoption of the new density allocations for single-family lots. This includes property owners, local builders, and small developers, including servicing professionals such as lawyers, architects, commercial lenders, and realtors. So this is to combat the friction that is in place from a single family homeowner is how overwhelming just the building of a single family home can be, let alone into a 4 or 6-plex. Well, that's why I'm here, is to bring those professionals together to be able to advise and guide you along that process as far as a single family homeowner. So the plan moving forward ultimately is to build 4 or 6 units on your single family lot. This is dependent A, on the size of the lot, but B, we're going to put some time and attention to the size of the units because at the end of the day, we're going to want to resell, and we could be reselling in a competitive marketplace. From there, we can sell the excess units in which that money can pay for the construction and access and give you access immediately to home equity. So what we're saying here is that rather than having to leave your neighborhood, this is giving an agent home possibility that A, you get to upgrade your home into a brand new finishings. You're able to create revenue suites. And if you wanted to stay, we could model out so 1 or 2 of the units are sold to help pay for the construction. Now, another plan moving forward is that you can retain one of the suites for an agent home solution, which ultimately what we're saying is at some point in the life of the building and your life of yourself, where you get tired of taking stairs, that rather than moving into a condo or into a facility, you've got your own 2-bedroom garden suite condo down below in which you're able to stay ultimately under the same roof and in the same neighborhood. Another benefit of this is the intergenerational option, is that with affordability so far out of reach for so many families, the question is, where are my kids going to live? What's their home going to be? Well, being able to transfer a single family home into 4 or 6 homes opens that possibility of creating an intergenerational home place for everyone to be able to live. Now, in being able to put all this together, we've got some options. And one is a general partnership and be able to work with the builder in regards to where they can be able to take on some of the expense, where you provide the property, they provide the expertise in the build. We can go into a limited partnership and a profit sharing option as well. Now, this is a good example as far as what we're potentially looking at as far as the product is we could have basically a half duplex here in which we've got all your living area on one side. You could have a 2-bedroom suite in down below, and this is all under one title. And then on the right-hand side, what we could do potentially is a townhouse 2-story possibility, and then down below is a 2-bedroom garden suite. We've got a lot of flexibility in layout and massing, and this is just one option to kind of give an idea in regards to picture and how it would look. Now, the process and the steps to make this happen, ultimately, it first is to determine the market viability with a realtor. And what we're going to do is that we'll determine through a really basic pro forma is, can this be profitable with the size of the lot, and when it comes time to sell, what those price per square foot to make sure that this is economically feasible. Determine municipal viability with the architect. So once we've decided that we want to move forward, our next phone call comes to an architect who will determine that this can actually work with the city. So they'll start with a contact with the city just to make sure that there's no heritage issues or infrastructure issues when it comes to the lot, but just that first precursor to make sure that we're not going to be wasting any time and then we can move forward. From there, we're going to have a consultation with a builder. And we want to make sure that we find someone who's on the same page as us, that's going to communicate and that we feel good and proper with. And at that point, we can also have a discussion if they're interested in a joint venture or a general partnership as well, which will also give us some options in regards to the financing. That will be our next discussion, is to determine where are we in regards to the comfort zone. I should say you as the owner, where are you in regards to comfort from the financing perspective? Identifying how much equity that you have in the home, what the lending rates are like, and then if you're able to take this on yourself from a financial aspect, or once again, do we work together with a builder in a joint venture or profit sharing partnership? From there, the fun stuff is the planning and design with the architect. We're going to lean heavily on the architect's experience in working with 4, 5, and 6 plexes and the massing, but also combined in regards to what the plans are moving forward. If there's plans for an intergenerational home, we can design the other units to be able to fit any growing families of children or grandkids. Also having an age-in home solution, we can look at what that garden suite is going to look like for you in the next upcoming 10 or 20 years to make that move. So it's going to be very strategic in regards to a resale position. Where are we in regards to our long-range plan, and how's that going to fit within the design requirements? From there, we're going to meet with our interior designer. This is something I highly recommend. At the end of the day, if we're selling any component of this asset, we want to be able to, A, get top value, but number two, we want to make sure that we sell in a timely fashion. If there's lending that's happening to borrow the money for the build, every month counts in regards to expenses laid out. And it's an interior designer that will give us that edge in a happiness within the home and how it looks and presents itself, but also in speed of sale. From there, pre-construction approvals are given from the city to make sure that all the plans are in place and meets the requirements. And then from there goes to a building permit. Now, once this happens, now we're going to get into a little bit of the friction in regards to you're going to need to move out of your home. And from there, it can be in a temporary rental for approximately 1 year. This will, A, give you the opportunity to declutter, get rid of a lot of the stuff that was in your house that's not serving you from that time. We can also look at a furnished rental if desired as well. So you're able to keep the furniture what you want, put into storage for 1 year, and experience, again, a different style of living in a condo downtown or wherever, again, those opportunities may sit. And that's something that myself and my team are more than happy to assist in finding what that rental for the year is going to look like. Now, once this is started, and just because the home isn't built doesn't mean that we aren't started selling already. And from there, we'll start with the pre-sales and marketing. And so at this point, we're going to be advertising to create a database of potential buyers that when it's completed, that we can showcase that we're able to make those transactions happen as soon as possible. Now, once the building's complete, an occupancy permit is issued. And throughout the process, if we're not going to be selling all the units and you're going to retain 1 or 2 or 3, then at that point, you're able to move into the home. Very exciting. Also, if we have any pre-sale contracts under place already, at that point, those deals would complete and cash would be coming in to repay any of the profit sharing and or the debt from the build. Now, post-occupancy marketing and sales strategy would also be executed at that time. So we could do open houses now. We're able to bring people into the product. We're able to incorporate, of course, other realtors and the MLS to be able to bring in as many potential buyers as possible for the sale. Once that's complete, our entire process is done, that we've sold the number of units that we expected, we created the revenue that we expected, and we're able to move on to the next project or just move on with our lives. And let's have a great celebration dinner with everybody included.